homies in the gym. Probably bringing drama like a BM.
Tony Hinchcliffe's vagina. Tony Hinchcliffe's vagina is so fat. How fat is it? Tony Hinchcliffe's vagina is so fat, his pediatrician registered it as testicles. Yeah, that's right. Tony Hinchcliffe still goes to his pediatrician. Not just because he's a fat, but because he's too scared to go to his big boy doctor. Because after his checkup, there's nothing for him to suck on. I think I'll keep that one in.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the roast of Tony Hinchcliffe. If you guys are wondering why I'm dressed like a fruitcake this afternoon, it's because I wanted to look like Tony Hinchcliffe vacationing in Puerto Rico. We're getting it started right now. I've never participated in a roast before. I'm doing this on the fly. Speaking of on the fly, that's where Tony Hinchcliffe ends up peeing because he has a small dick and he can't reach the urinal. I'm here to represent Puerto Rico, and that's not only because I didn't shower this morning. Oh, am I dirty? What? Tony Hinchcliffe, you've had Puerto Rico online for almost 2 days, fucking freaking out, being triggered over your comments that they're just a whole pile of garbage. Hey, Puerto Rico, if you guys are online, who's cleaning up the trash? When I was 11 years old, I got molested by a Puerto Rican kid. It sucked. It was nasty, but the worst part was my dick was dirty afterwards. In the 9th grade, Tony Hinchcliffe tried out for the boys' JV basketball team. To get a leg up, Tony skipped into the boys' locker room to talk to the coach. "Hey, coach," Tony sang. The coach looked back at little faggy Hinchcliffe. "Hey, buddy, I told you, you can't suck your way onto this team." "But coach," Tony cried. "Buddy, the coach said, reassuring him. "Well, I guess we'll never know. Maybe the 9th time will be a charm." The coach made Tony suck his dick again, even though he wasn't going to make the team. Tony Hinchcliffe went in for a sex change operation on his 18th birthday. "Sir, I'd like a sex change, but I only have $6 in an old Razor scooter in the parking lot." I just wanted to tell everyone the story about why Tony ended up with such a small wiener. That's why Tony Hinchcliffe's so goddamn feminine, he couldn't afford the testosterone. Not a lot of people know this, but Tony Hinchcliffe is actually Native American. When he met with his great-grandfather, they sat and chatted about his Native American heritage. Tony Hinchcliffe's Indian tribal name, his grandfather said, would have been on his knees. Tony Hinchcliffe is the most jealous person. When all those kids were getting airtime because they were brutally raped by Jerry Sandusky in a locker room shower, little Tony flailed over his dad and said, "You didn't do anything right." Tony Hinchcliffe looks like every drag queen before 9 p.m. I was going to play the acoustic guitar for you guys today, but I couldn't find my pick. It was on Tony's chin. What? Tony, what is that face? Tony Hinchcliffe looks like every school shooter ever. Kamala Harris recently said there are no active troops in war zones. She forgot about the men on any given night deploying into Tony's asshole. I don't know much about Tony Hinchcliffe, but I do know he's a faggot. Again, I don't want to belabor the point. And on speaking of labor, Tony Hinchcliffe's mom has a huge scar on the inside of her stomach. Not from a C-section, but from his chin slicing her open.